Well, they've hit the woodwork 3 times. They've got fortunate with the decision, in my opinion, with the sending off of Alexis Sanchez, because you've got Allosaurus there and you've got Cascarino, who are dinosaurs, and you'd never got, years gone by, get sent off for certainly the second incident. I thought the first was a yellow card. I didn't think the second was. Yeah. It does make me beggar to, believe that where football will be in 10 years' time, if we're going to, where are we going to go with this? If minimum contact... Twisted sock, you're going to get sent off. I don't know. So
is it more a problem you got with the rules at the moment?
No, I'm just trying to get away from Liverpool's performance, really. They did, look, it's a difficult one. And, what are you going to do? You're going to go after Inter Milan. And let's give credit to Inter Milan here, because their work rate was exceptional last night. They run their socks off to try and compete with Liverpool. Now, you could do what PSG did, and they beat Barcelona a few years back, 4-0 at home, and went to Barcelona and went very attack-minded at the Nou Camp and get beat 6-1. But you could do that, and Liverpool were... When it went to 10 men, it was keep ball. Let's just keep the ball. Let's not get eliminated. And... Liverpool didn't need to do much more than they did. It's the only thing that's disappointment. You talked about the atmosphere being flat. It felt flat from the playing sense as well. It felt the whole night was flat because they'd won 2-0 in Milan. Yeah.
Is that it? Were they a little bit... Because even Jurgen Klopp said that afterwards. Maybe they took it for granted a little bit because they had that lead and the fight wasn't there.
It's an away victory as well, Laura. I played for Aston Villa. We beat Inter Milan 2-0 at Villa Park. And we went to Inter and we lost 3-0. And when you win away, it's a lot more special because you feel like you can control the game when you're in the return leg. Now, don't get me wrong, Liverpool are an incredibly good side and we know what they're capable of. They didn't need to do that last night. We will forget this game pretty quickly. The referee, by the way, have you ever seen Ali, have you seen a referee with gloves on?
It was unbelievable, wasn't it?
He's getting cards out of his pocket and he's got gloves on.
I know. He refereed, I think, a game, one of the Dortmund games at Ibrox. But I think you're right, Cass. I just think, in many ways, we'll not be talking about this game in 2 or 3 days because I think the supporters... I think the team, in terms of wanting support from Liverpool, which is always, or generally speaking, 99 times 100, fantastic. We've spoken about it for years and years. However, they probably became a little bit a victim of their own success in the first leg, where the fans have... And it happens. We've seen it 100 times. The fans turn up thinking, well, the tie's over, but we'll go and support our team.
Yeah. The fans can be as guilty as the players and the coaches. And look, they got over the line. I looked at his record, the referee, last night, and he's had 95 cards since the start of the season, yellows.
And do you think he was wearing gloves when he displayed those?
Well, I said, I've never seen a referee wear gloves before, and he's got to get into his pockets, get the cards out. Is he going to get them a little bit mixed up?
It's a bit like having driving gloves.
I was going to say, you Cass, calm down. It wasn't boxing gloves. He had a pair of gloves, man. He can get his cards out, mate.
But he was very... picky on a lot of decisions. Now, not so long ago, we witnessed the final at Wembley between Chelsea and Liverpool. And it was great to see by Stuart Atwell a performance of a referee that let the game flow.
Yep.
And last night wasn't that. And it didn't suit Liverpool as well, letting the game flow, because Inter and Liverpool disrupted the play a lot as well. And I felt he was just too picky on too many incidents, which didn't help the game.
They are through to the next round. They're into the quarterfinals. They have lost their 100% record in the Champions League so far, but they're not going to care about that, are they?
No.
Or will they look at that performance and be a little bit worried about some of the weaknesses?
There'll be no worry at Liverpool at all, from the manager, from the coaching staff to the players. They know what they're capable of.
One worry that Jurgen Klopp might have is that, have a listen to this, if Liverpool want to reach this season's Champions League final on the 28th of May, they would have to play 19 games in 65 days, excluding international break. So that's a game every 3.42 days on average. When you're trying to get through those amount of games, and we know how vocal Jurgen's been with overplaying his players, how important will factors like the fans be when you consider last night perhaps the atmosphere wasn't up to scratch?
Well, the importance of the games can change as well, can't they? Is that, if Liverpool fell behind by a certain number of points to Man City, then some of them games wouldn't matter towards the end. But at the moment, they're challenging on all fronts. He's got nearly a fully fit squad, which helps, and their squad has been bolstered since the start of the season. Thiago being back, Curtis Jones being back. I was going to say Curtis Stigers there. Curtis Jones.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. You know, Harvey Elliott coming back into the frame. Yeah. So there's a much better sort of squad there for them to be able to get over them obstacles that are in front of them.
Yeah, that's it, Ali. Where they used to be kind of criticised for having a bit of or lacking a bit of strength in depth, they have a bit more of that now.
Absolutely. Liverpool will be fine, and believe it or not, they'll be relishing the prospect, and they'll be sitting with everything crossed that this indeed will be the case, the fixture kind of pilot, if you want to call it that they'll be facing, because that will mean one thing, and that is that they're in competitions all the way to the end, and they've got a chance of being incredibly successful.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.